Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of GWC Plays. Today is the release of Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, a long, highly anticipated title, a game that I am picking up today, probably immediately after this recording. And to celebrate the release of Spider-Man on PS4, I could be playing that, but no, we are going back to Spider-Man on the PS2. We're going to see how things have changed over the years. And it's going to be needed so I can kind of really appreciate, like, look at how far Spider-Man games have come. And look at this gameplay. we have come a long way. But enough about that demo. Let's actually get into the game. I have not played this game and it's been a good while. I got this Christmas and I remember I thought it was decent back then. I was like, yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool playing, like when you're doing the swinging. Like I thought that part was cool, even though it made no sense with a certain aspect of how the swinging works in that game, and we'll find out about that in a few minutes. But I remember I was like, that's a decent movie game. I don't know how that holds up now. I've not played it in a long time. I picked it back up because earlier in the year I was at a convention and I saw this game for $1. I could not pass up on it because it's like, oh, you know, $1, like why not? I could always drop my mic like an idiot, but I could always add it to my collection, and I figured, you know what, why not? So picked it up, and that's about it. Mic keeps dropping. Kind of weird how plasticky this all looks. And the funny thing is, like, I don't want to call out the graphics on this game because, like, I know this is a PS2 game, but I played last week. I played Onimusha 2. This game came out the same year as Onimusha 2. That game's opening cinematics still look great, but I cannot compare them to like Capcom, who has probably a way bigger budget than this, that was done by Treyarch and a lot of different subsidiaries in the background. So let's start this up. Let's go fresh. Real quick, I'm gonna do the training mode for a second because there's something I really do appreciate that these old Spider-Man games on PS2 did. And it wasn't only on PS2. Only this game was on every system known to man. Because back in the early 2000s, every game was on every system. Like, there was no, like, oh, it's only on, like, 2 systems. Like, if a game came out, it was on PS2, it was on the original Xbox, it was on GameCube, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, PC, N-Gage, yada yada yada. It was on everything.
Everyone's got to start somewhere. Trust me, when you're hip deep in trouble.
But the reason why I wanted to focus on this training mode is because one of the best things of the Spider-Man games on PS2 is that they got Bruce Campbell to do a lot of narration in it, and he does a pretty fantastic job.
Good to see that you can follow basic instructions.
Like, Bruce Campbell can do no wrong, and he is perfect in the role for the narrator in this game.
Your compass will point straight towards your next
most of the time he's just doing most stuff on the improv, and it's really shown when you play Spider-Man 2. Because there's a lot of these little help icons around the world, and half of them, some of them are just kind of useless, just garbage, because he doesn't like go off the script. And it's hilarious, and like he does such a good job here in this game. It's always something that's stuck with me. It's just like, man, Bruce Campbell did a really good job, and it's the only thing that's going to be kind of sad in the Insomniac Spider-Man game is like, hopefully Bruce Campbell is in there in some form. I don't think it's not going to happen. I already going in know that. But like a little reference would be pretty funny.
Am I really doing this?
Well, you're easily impressed, aren't you? You haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet.
Oh yeah, and Tobey Maguire also did the voice acting for these games. Which I will commend, because a lot of actors sometimes for movie like tie-in games would not do the voices. They'll get like sound-alikes. Remember the one that really impressed me was when the Lord of the Rings Two Towers game came out. They got like the entire cast for that game, and it was pretty crazy. I remember that game was also really cool back then. I have to maybe play that one in the future. But getting back to my Tobey Maguire thing, like he did the voice acting for these games, and while Tobey Maguire is a really good actor and did a great job in the films, some of the line delivery in this game is probably the funniest things you'll ever hear.
Okay,
there's a video on YouTube. It's like 20 minutes of just all the dialogue that Tobey Maguire did in the game, and all these little quips he has. And I cannot help but just laugh at some of them. There are some ridiculous ones. Just the line delivery is so flat that it makes it perfect.
So watch it. Web swing over to your next objective. Use your compass and height meter to find it. If you can't find it, I can't help you. Unplug the machine and walk away.
See, you need something like this, because the tutorial could probably be this really boring thing with just the text, but you put Bruce Campbell in it and it adds just some charm to it.
Yahoo! Hey, king of the world, don't let it go to your head, okay? Look, you're swinging, but sooner or later you're gonna want to drop. You can break your web line by pressing the X button. Here's a little party favor for you. A combo power-up.
Okay, well, I'm not going to do the rest of this tutorial because it's still got a lot left, and I can probably figure out my own. But I just wanted to show that, because I thought Bruce Campbell was one of the cooler things that they did with this PS2 kind of Spider-Man series. And Spider-Man 2, he did an even better job, which... That is a great game. I actually recently played that game earlier in this year. I did a full-on just sit down played it, and that game still holds up in a lot of regards. Still looks pretty good, and the movement on it still feels really tight. Like, it's still a really fun game for like the web swinging and that. Like, they really refined it by that point. So maybe at some point I'll play that one too, and because that's another really good game. That's to me, of the PS2 era in terms of movie tie-in games, that game is up there as one of the best on PS2, because it's just extremely well done. It does like the movie. You have the scenes in the movie with like the train and all these other stuff, but just overall it's just a really fun game. Like, maybe the only downside is maybe some of the missions are kind of just like bland and just like, oh, you're just doing a lot of helping people on the streets and that. But we're not going to get into that. We'll get into that when I play Spider-Man 2. Let's get into Spider-Man 1. I'm gonna stick to normal because I remember this game was really hard. So let's go.
This is how my story begins. My Uncle Ben and Aunt May raised me like a son. They never had much money though. I thought my powers could help make up for that. The last time I saw Uncle Ben alive,
it's like
we argued. I took out my frustration in the ring. Poor Bonesaw never even saw me coming.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
The fight promoter cheated me, so I didn't think it was my problem when he got robbed.
12 Henry, call back on that 187 in connection with the carjacking at the 42nd Street Library.
10-4. Suspect is believed to be a member of the Skulls gang. Proceed with caution.
Why would the police do that? You know, we gotta keep this investigation under wraps. Alright, Susan, get on the bullhorn and like announce it to the world. So we're looking for the Skull Gang? I repeat, the Skull Gang! We're looking for them. They killed a man. I think he was waiting for his nephew.
Uncle Ben. Murdered. I have to find the guy who did it.
Those reflections
Peter
are pretty
Parker
cool.
can do at this point. But Spider-Man is a different story.
Some of the stuff is actually, like, some of those reflections, like, they don't look too bad for PS2 this time.
This is supposed to be the Skulls territory.
Whoa,
find Uncle
frame
Ben's
rate.
killer if I have to
What
go
was
through
going
every
on
one of the
there?
Skulls to do it.
Whoa! Combo, field goal. God, I'm trying to play this like Spider-Man 2. I forgot there's no charge jump, so you just climb up really slowly.
Circus in town?
I remember as a kid, like, because you can obviously see the swinging.
Like the freak wants move.
Like, Peter Parker just swings into the heavens, and there's like no, like, thing he's swinging to. It's like, where is he swinging from? Like, it always bothered me when I played this game as a kid. I was like, how's he swinging here? Like, what's he grappling onto? Like, you're gonna notice it right now. Like, what's he swinging on? It's this many years later, and it's still perplexing me. I still cannot figure it out.
Here's a tip for when you're on the side of a building. If you press the zip line button, you'll zip in the direction you're crawling. Of course, you'd know this if you played the basic tutorial, but I guess you're just cooler than the rest of us.
Okay, there was a zipline button. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played this game, so
Who's that?
I don't remember
Out of my
everything
way,
in
another
it.
dead end. Well, one of these losers is gonna give me some answers.
God, I need to switch controllers. This controller is gonna get me killed. Yeah, I forgot. This really plays kind of bad. Like, it's kind of worse than I thought. Like, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm not stopping this early on. But I see you, Activision. I see you trying to rep your sign in the game. God, come on, controller. Yeah, if you see me like start moving back, just know it's my controller acting up. Nope. There we go.
Huh? Hey, you!
Yeah, this does.
What's with the get-up, chump?
I forgot there was kicks too. Oh snap! Forgot those super moves.
Nothing. I'm sure I'm getting warmer though. That murderer can't get away from me.
Like the line's not like that line's not too bad, but when I start beating people up and you start hearing some of those really bad one-liners, that's when it starts getting good. That's kind of the saving grace, is hearing some of them. Like the one I remember I was like, "Shall we dance?" Which is like it. It's like just get Tobey Maguire to voice all Spider-Man games, and have him do it in the same delivery as he did in this one.
Hey, you! How you like me now?
Man. Oh, beat the level.
A carjacker killed an old man earlier today. The killer's a skull. Where is he?
Tom Green?
Tell you, he killed me.
What makes you think I won't?
Ah! No! God, he won a spike. He's probably in that old shipping warehouse. It's right on the river. That's all I know.
Thanks.
You just killed him. That dude is dead. Like, his spine and his neck are both broken. I know Peter Parker doesn't want to call himself a murderer, but he just killed that innocent man. He was just following orders. He probably had a family at home. Peter Parker's like, no. You're going straight into that little metal pole right there. I'm a Spider-Man. I do whatever a spider can, and that's murdering people.
Sounds like the police are closing in. They can have whatever's left after I'm done.
It looks so bad. Like, what was the design decision for that? Like, it always seemed weird that they did that. Like, why not just have it come off the walls naturally than have it where it just comes from the sky out of nowhere? Ooh. We've only just begun. There is a lot I forgot about this game. This does not hold up right now from what I've played. Even though it's only one level. I am not Spider-Man yet. But just in the way it controls and how it feels so just rough. Like, Spider-Man has no fluidity in his movement. Like, he seems like he has like sandbags on him.
Huh. What's this door doing open? Man, people gotta be more careful. The cops could show up at any time.
Isn't it great when mobsters just talk to themselves like that? I shouldn't be talking about this incriminating evidence, but I guess I'll talk about it out loud instead of in my head like a normal person.
You see those heavily
would.
shadowed areas? Whenever you're in a shadowed spot like that, you become invisible to the bad guys.
God, Bruce Campbell and Tobey Maguire's bad voice delivery are the only thing saving me from playing this game right now. Like, I just want to keep hearing what he's gonna say, and I want to hear what new Tobey Maguire line he's gonna say. I just want to hear "Shall We Dance" and I'll be set. Once I hear that, this video is done.
Looks like the freak wants to play.
I'm gonna take you down.
Yeah, I forgot this is a stealth mission, but I'm not doing that. I'm not playing Metal Gear Spider here.
Back off, ugly.
Ugly. Okay, where do I go? That's it. I'm switching this controller. Hold on. I will be back in un momento. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Okay, so controls have been switched. I switched to my better one. Now I should be actually able to play this game with no issues.
You messed with the wrong guy.
You messed with the wrong guy.
I'm gonna tear you to pieces.
See, isn't this making the game better? Just every time he says like some little dialogue.
You beat those guys up? Embarrassing.
Out of my way.
Okay, I'm actually playing really bad right now. I need to get good. I need to kind of change up. Okay, that should help some. Is there any health here? I just realized it's the same song again.
Stop right there, murderer!
Huh? What the? Don't let him through! I got the door fuse, boss. He ain't getting through.
It's a good thing that man also just told him, "Don't worry, I have the keys to this room. There's no way Spider-Man's gonna come find me and get the keys to this room." You know, I could have kept that information to myself, but you know, I just had to tell somebody. Alright, full health.
They've taken a fuse out of the control panel. I'll have to get that back if I want to open that door.
Okay, I still remember some things. I remember that killed me. If you're on like super hard, I remember that tears you to shreds. You like just die instantly.
Look at you. You think you're pretty tough, huh?
I'm gonna take you down.
When you see a vent cover on the ground, try looking up. Duh. See, chances are there's an open air vent overhead. Try looking for air vents in ceilings or walls when you're having trouble figuring out where to go next.
Okay, come on, camera.
I can't let anything stop me. I have to find a way to shut off the power so I can get through. That should do it. Now to find the guy who killed Uncle Ben.
We won't know that till Spider-Man 3. Which, man, what a disappointing movie. I really wanted to like it. I was real hyped to see it too. I remember
I
like
to get that back if I want to open that
I was with my cousin when we went to go see it. I was like, oh man, Spider-Man 3 is gonna be dope. It's like all these might see Venom. Like it looked like it's gonna be a dope movie, and then you see it and it's just Venom's bad. Sandman's the only one with some kind of character arc.
Who's that? You ain't getting this fuse. Better take off while you
It's
still
just a
can.
bad movie. That's not even including like
door, coward.
that scene with him dancing and like him
My web's topped off.
going all crazy. Like I can still watch Spider-Man 3. It's no Amazing Spider-Man 2 or 1. Those are just awful films. I would kind of put Spider-Man 3 in a... It's not so bad it's good, it's just a disappointing film, I'd say.
I don't have time for this. I've got to find the switch to shut off the power.
Because I really wanted to like it. I remember when I got to the theater, I had one of those moments of like trying to put perspective. I was like, you know, that movie wasn't good, but those fight scenes were pretty good. And thinking back, I was like, why did I just say the movie wasn't good?
My web's
I
topped
kept
off
trying to
already.
like find like a defense for it, like oh no, the fights were good, so that makes up for everything else that happened in the movie.
That takes care of that.
But,
Gotta get that fuse.
yeah, it's like Sam Raimi almost had a perfect trilogy, and I think it was Sony that killed it, because I believe Sony were the people who were like, oh, add in Venom, add in all these other villains, when the film didn't need it. It's already cluttered enough. You already have to deal with all these other like people on screen, like 3 different villains.
What's that?
And it's just, I don't know what
Sony's
Sony's decision was, but it was just dumb on their part. I'm sure Sam Raimi they actually gave Sam Raimi complete control and didn't have him do all those villains and just kept it plain. It probably would have been fine.
This fuse should get that door open.
That's how what happens. The studio will ruin films like that.
This is where the fuse goes. Now I've got you.
Now I've got you. You know, getting back on topic of Spider-Man movies, I actually, oh, who's in here? Ooh, perfect. I needed that. But getting back to Spider-Man movies in general, I actually thought Homecoming was real good. Like, it was pretty good. I think Tom Holland did a pretty good job as Spider-Man, and after how bad Amazing Spider-Man was, I was like, I just want to see a regular Spider-Man story, no origin story. Don't add any of the dumb things you added from that series. Like, yet again, throwing in way too many villains, and
Looks like the freak wants to play.
they were not great films at all.
You're so dead.
Like, that's it. There's no like little ending, like him cutscene, him walking through just ends like a fade out. Okay. Use the terrain to protect yourself from gunfire. Should have like a little fun fact. Like, do you know bullets still hurt Spider-Man? Uncle Ben has no relation to Uncle Ben's rice. Okay, even with the controller being changed out to a better one, it still doesn't feel good. And it seems like that problem is just almost persistent with the game and not the controller. Okay, this is so confusing. Okay, let's win in a circle then. Okay. Come here. Okay, goes up.
Hey, you!
It's kind of interesting because I actually did like this game back then, so I guess my standards back then were way lower than they were, because I remember I beat this game. I was like, yes, it's not bad. But had I played this game like now, had I played it in like I'd never played this game before, I probably really would have hated it. Like I'm still gonna stand by my comment. The saving grace of this game is the one-liners and Bruce Campbell, and probably like the web swinging, because it's so ridiculous that he just swings from the skies.
If you press the R3 button, you'll enter Look Around mode. In this mode, a targeting reticle will appear, which you can aim with the right analog stick. When the reticle turns green, you're in zip range, baby. Press the R1 button to zip to the point you're aiming at, or press R3 again to exit Look Around mode.
It's pretty useful. Ooh, it's a pretty good combo.
What's with the getup, chump?
Back off, ugly.
What a great... Back off, ugly.
That's when a skull you pay the price.
Looks like the freak wants to play.
I'm gonna tear you to pieces.
Sounds a lot like Patrick Warburton. Looks like the... I can't do a good Patrick Warburton, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm getting tore up here. Ooh, health.
Who's that? You're so dead.
God, how many people are here? My one weakness. Guns.
You messed with the wrong guy.
Let's smear him.
Ooh, a key. Oh, nice. Is there any more health pickups? Why did that tire explode? It's kind of weird. You know, in my line of work, tires don't usually explode like that. Come on, camera. They want you to get past it. Oh, you just jump. Okay, this camera is... Like, I'm not a camera hater in some games. I can get through some bad ones, but... This camera is killing me.
Hell, this hurts, nutcase.
Damn. This dude just do like an aerial dodge?
I gotta get away from this
Can't
guy.
see.
I got you now, you jerk.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Get away from me.
Where is he? Oh. God, I'm fighting Uncle Ben's killer and I'm fighting the camera at the same time. And the camera's harder. And also, why does this guy have like these super dodges? He's like this dude's playing Dark Souls. Like, you see that little area, that little dodge he did? They're supposed to be like a lowly thug.
I don't know who you are, but you're dead meat.
You're going to pay with your worthless hide.
I gotta get.
Ah, those flash grenades are nasty.
Oh wow, I beat him. Barely, too.
No, you. Not you.
Stay back. I'm warning you, you psycho.
I could have stopped you at the fight promoter's office. I could have saved Uncle Ben.
How do you even fall out like that? And the amount of pressure you need to fall out of a window like that? Like, the way he like fell out that window, like he had to get pushed. Like he just stood there, he just walked back into it. Where'd he get that little exertion of force? I'm not gonna bring physics into this, but that was that was pretty random.
These are the years when a man
I believe now I'm
becomes the man
Spider-Man,
he's going
so
to be
now the
for
game
rest
actually
of his
begins.
life. Just be careful who you change into. You're feeling this power of becoming a man, and with this great power comes great responsibility.
Uncle Ben. Nothing could ever fill the hole left when he died. Those wounds never really heal. The beautiful redhead is Mary Jane Watson. The guy is Harry Osborn, my best friend. They stuck with me after Uncle Ben died. Harry's dad, Norman, was great too. Even let Harry and me stay in one of the apartments he owned after we graduated and moved into the city. I got a job with the Daily Bugle, taking pictures of myself. Life sure is strange sometimes. No matter how much you want to hold on to a moment, you can't stop time from moving on.
General Slocum has given Oscorp a week
Okay,
to
never
prove
mind, he
that
doesn't
we
look
can
that
develop a working serum. Or we are going to lose the contract to Quest
Looks
Labs,
like Dennis
given
Leary.
how much we have invested in this research. Losing the contract could bankrupt Oscorp. I can only assume that Spider-Man relates to our problem.
Damn, they
in
got
some
William Dafoe for this game too?
Yes, Mr. Osborn. As that video showed, Spider-Man possesses all the
Like he went from
attributes
Spider-Man
a
on
project hopes to
PS2
create.
to Beyond
We
Two Souls. Like,
hypothesize that he has augmented
he
spider
just keeps
DNA
getting
in his system
unlucky with his
and
game
feels
choices.
certain that an analysis of his blood will enable us to complete our serum. We can modify the hunter-killers to track this DNA signature and capture Spider-Man.
Do it.
I wanna kill Spider-Man! Still remember that still remember that dumb line from the movie. It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind. It's like that first movie is like so different from the other ones. If you really watch Spider-Man 1, 2,
Well,
and
if
3,
I want to get paid this
like
week, I better
back-to-back,
come up with some photos for Jonah.
they're like almost not even the same like series almost, because like the first one's like
I can get in
really
some practice while
jokey.
I'm
It's
at
got all those quips in that you'd expect, and Spider-Man 2 starts bringing in a little more realism. Then Spider-Man 3 just starts bringing in almost like a mix of both, but the comedy parts
couple of nice shots.
kind of
nothing JJ's gonna pay
throw it
top
away.
dollar for. I need to get a little fancier. That target I set up should do the trick. I'll just lock onto it and swing past it a couple of times. Huh. That was okay. But the shots need more action. This time, after I lock onto the target, I'll shoot some webbing at it. Since I'm locked on, Not bad. That should do it.
Yeah, the swing in this game just it doesn't feel good at all, because like you have like almost no control over like how it swings, and like you get little stuff like that. But like the thing I liked about Spider-Man 2 is you can like pick this. You could choose like the speed. And they gave you all these little cool moves you can do while using the web. Like it's like this game really is like the training ground for them, because they really improved it when it came to that second one.
Okay, I have those shots for JJ. Now to get back to the Bugle, collect my money, and get my rent paid. Uh-oh. I don't know what that thing is, but something tells me it isn't friendly.
Okay. I'm probably easily screwing this up. It's probably something real easy. It couldn't easily just be. It couldn't just be hitting them, could it? Unless that's actually what they want you to do. Probably someone watching like, oh, I played this game 1,000 times. I know what to do.
These guys are really persistent.
Oh, you are supposed to hit them with the web.
Oh.
You know, where can I get more? Unless it doesn't just build up over time. This is really hard. God, there's only 11. There's still 11 left. Look how long it took to take 2 out. Don't worry, folks. I'll be here all night. Yeah, this, I can slightly remember some of this. I've kind of, like, I guess in the some things I remembered this game and some things I forgot because I remember once I beat it, I really did not play it again. This wasn't a game that I would like go back to from time to time. I kind of
You aren't from the future or something lame like
I kind of just stopped playing it. Probably making this game just look so bad right now.
Army of flying attack bots. If I can't get rid of these flying nuisances, I'll never get out of here.
You're telling me, Peter. You know, the second I'm done with this, I can go play the new Spider-Man game. That's what it should be. It's like, yeah, you know, you want to play a new Spider-Man game? You gotta beat the robot. You gotta beat the robot level from PS2 Spider-Man. If I can beat, I need to go get health because these robots are.
These are the years when a man becomes the man he's going to be for the rest of his life.
I forgot about this. There's no checkpoints. That's why I went easy when I played this game back then.
You're feeling this power of becoming a man.
When I mean it gets hard, it gets hard, and some of these levels are long. And like having to go back and redo them again, it is not something that like sits well with me. But this is how games were back then, though. Like, it doesn't bother me like too much, but it's like, it's like I gotta get back into this. Games have gotten really easy nowadays because every game now has like an auto save every 5 seconds. So, hey, what the controllers in the port? It's like the game's like, oh, you're making fun of me and my no checkpoints. Well, look, you ain't playing the game anymore. Yeah, what is going on with this? I've got the controller in the port. Okay, I'm gonna plug it back in. Okay, let's see. Start. There we go.
Well, if I want to get paid this week, I'd bet.
Now I gotta do. I really want to fight these robots again.
Shots, but nothing JJ's gonna pay top dollar. The bugle, collect my money, and get my rent paid.
You know, I will say that there are people out there that do really like this game because when I did actually get this game again, when I picked it up, I actually was on YouTube looking up footage of it. I was like, I haven't seen footage of this game in a while, and reading the comments, people were like, "Oh, this game was kind of a beloved hit of my childhood." Like, I'm sure if I could like look past the issues, I could see why like someone would probably like this because like at this point in time, this is really kind of like on a bigger scale than most Spider-Man games at this point. Although if I was gonna say like a better game, I'd say Spider-Man on PS1 is a better game. But I can see why some people would like
really
like this one. Like there are things I do like about it, but there are just some things like playing it now that are pretty rough around the edges. So people are like, "Oh, this guy just wants to hate this game." It's like, nah, I don't. I was coming in here trying to play it because it's been almost like 16 years. But believe me, I'm gonna get to a game at some point in GWC Plays where I love the game and it's like known world round as, oh, that game is terrible. How could you like that game? Like what positives can you find in this game? And it's gonna happen at some point, probably soon. Because there are a lot of games I like that were known flops.
for reference, are you guys recyclable?
So believe me, at some point we're gonna get there. Just as soon as I get past these robots.
You aren't from the future or something lame like that, right?
Okay, now that I kind of have it down, these robots aren't too bad. I say that now before I die.
If I can't get rid of these flying nuisances, I'll never get out of here.
You're telling me, Peter. Wait, I already said that.
You aren't from the future or something lame like that, right?
Okay, I can't talk about like repeating dialogue now the game's doing it. 4 more. I can do this. Come on, game.
They seem to be trying to capture me, dead or alive.
I could have just did that too. Actually, that would have worked pretty fine using the webs. GWC, like, what are you doing? 20 years on this fight. Now, I don't know, it's kind of moving on to the now. I really do hope the new Insomniac Spider-Man game is really good. I have a lot of hope in Insomniac. I think they're a great studio. And
that's the last of them.
I always am a fan of Spider-Man, so I really do hope it's good. Like, what I've seen, that game looks great. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping it turns out fantastic and it's the definitive of the Spider-Man games out there. So we'll see. It's like in the perfect studio working on it too. Like, I was really happy when it was like Insomniac's working on it. It's like, oh, perfect. Like, they're a great studio.
What's going on over here?
Is it the sewer level?
Who the heck?
So I remember this level was really hard.
He sure took off in a hurry. Yikes! Not so fast.
Come on, move it!
The animation on that was pretty funny. How that sign just, how that lamppost just fell down like that. All fast. Is this the sewer level? If so, I remember that was like the demo level. Like when I would go to like game kiosks and they had this game, it was the demo I played. I actually played the Xbox version of this, and I remember playing it in a store. And I was like, God, this looks so good. I was like, God, God, look at this game. Look how good these graphics are. And it's just crazy how much they've changed. You look back at it now.
But he's easy to follow.
Look out!
Alright, well, I think I am going to call it here for this GWC Plays. I played a little taste of Spider-Man on PS2. Does it hold up like I remember? Not that much. There are aspects of this game that I can see why people like it, and that I do like myself, while they might be for more sillier reasons. Like, it... Don't know how to
Sorry, no.
but like, I guess just to conclude, like, it's not as great as I remember it, and probably doesn't hold up in certain forms, like the camera and certain gameplay aspects. But for the time, it wasn't too bad. So yeah, that's about it for me. So I will see you later on another GWC Plays. I'm excited to go play the new Spider-Man. Go play it. It should probably be good. If you don't have a PS4, go play this game. Spider-Man on PS4? Well, I got Spider-Man on Xbox One. This game, backwards compatibility. Which, if Microsoft did that, that would be the funniest thing. Is the day Spider-Man on PS4 comes out, they're like, yeah, backwards compatibility on this Spider-Man game. You got your Spider-Man, we got ours. Is your Spider-Man swing from the heavens? I don't think so. So, that's gonna be it. I'll see you then on a later GWC Plays. Hey, this cop is going off.
You're coming with me.
Don't fight me. This is my fight. Round 1. Fight.
You aren't so tough.
Shall we dance?
Yay! I was waiting the entire video for that. I'm happy it finally happened. The best line in the entire game. Shall we dance? Yes. Yes, keep playing it over again.
Shall we dance?
So,
Shall we dance?
for real.
Shall we dance?
See you next time.
Shall we dance? Shall we dance?